Today, I'm going to show you how I leveled up chicken cordon bleu by using homemade dry cured prosciutto, combination of smoked cheeses, and a tarragon cream sauce. My name's Greg. Welcome to the Gourmet Woodsman. Let's make chicken cordon bleu. I'm going to start, get my cheese and ham ready. I'm using some of this smoked jarlsberg. I think I'm going to use some of this gruyere too. Combination of jarlsberg and gruyere. It's kind of like the fondue combo. That's going to be enough. Moving on to the ham. I'm going to be using my cured ham. This is actually the fiocco, which is the smaller muscle on the ham. Slice that nice and thin. Oh yeah. Yep, that's tasty. It is very, very thinly sliced compared to the, the Black Forest ham you'd usually see on a cordon bleu. Man, can you see how see-through that is? Man, that is some tasty stuff. I'm going to slice up some extra slices because I don't feel like, I'd rather have to eat a few extra pieces than be a few pieces short. That has so much more flavor than just a regular ham. It's not quite like a 18-month aged prosciutto, but much more complex than just a regular smoked ham. Just going to quickly break this chicken down. For this, I only need the breasts. One wing, other side, 2 wings, leg and a thigh, the other side. Don't need the skin on this. Save that for sausage because that makes great fat. And these breasts are still a little frozen. These pieces away to eat. This goes to soup, and this goes to sausage. Start by taking off this tender. Now, switch to a smaller, get you in here better. Switch to a smaller knife, because I really want this. If you look, this is a chef knife. It's just really thick. I want a much thinner blade to make this cut. So if you look at a chicken breast, it's got one side that's flat, the other side not flat. So I want to bookend this on the flat side. But if I did it this way, I'd have a big hole. Do it this way, I won't. So I'll keep my knife flat so I get relatively even pieces. That's pretty good. Do the same with this one. Again, I got a flat side, got a rounded side. Cut through the rounded side, leave the flat side intact. Okay. Now, I'll set that aside. Get my slightly smaller cutting board. Check this out. I'm just going to put a tiny bit of water, not much, just enough water on my cutting board. Help my cling rack stick to it. This is almost thin enough, but I want to make it a little more even, a little thinner. And take my meat mallet, but I'm going to use the smooth side, not the tear shit apart side. Start on the inside, work my way out. It's kind of just a light touch. Doesn't hurt to get this outside edge just a little thinner than the center. That can come back to help us. Still got enough water on my cutting board for it to stick. This one I didn't do as good a job separating. That's one of the things the mallet can take care of. Just even it out. That should do it. I'm just gonna season with some salt and some pepper. At this point, a lot of people would add a little bit of Dijon mustard here. And usually a Dijon mustard sauce is what people would use. But I'm going with a different sauce, which you'll see in a moment. So I'm not going to add any Dijon at this point. Don't want it too close to the edge either. Put just a little bit of that gruyere. Gruyere. I'm not really sure. I'm not great with accents. Now a piece of this jarlsberg. And a little more ham. This dry cured ham has a much more delicate flavor, I would say, than the, like the Black Forest ham, regular cured and smoked ham. I might be going a little bit heavy on the ham, but I don't think anyone's going to complain about that. Stuff is so tasty. So we've got that away from our edges. Point, a lot of times you could start wrapping them up, but I'm going to try this very light dusting of flour on the outside here. It starts to dry out a little. It's going to act kind of like a glue. Hopefully going to help me seal these edges a little bit. We don't want our cheese leaking out the edges. So what I'm going to do is take this edge, fold it in just a little bit. Take this edge, fold it in just a little bit. So I'm going to flip this around. I'm going to take this, fold that over, tuck it in. Just keep doing that. Fold it and tuck. Pull it out. Flip that around one more time. I just want to roll this up tight. Helps sometimes at the end, just do a double fold so that you can find the beginning when it comes time to unwrap them. I'm just going to take these and just twist it up really tight. So, in case you missed it, fold the one side in a little. Fold the other side in a little. This one's going to come out better, I can tell you that right now. Shove that stuffing in as you roll it. Kind of a tuck and roll. Pull the plastic out. I can set these in the refrigerator for a couple hours. Or I'm going to try to find room, put it in my freezer for 45 minutes to an hour, and we'll go to the next step. I'm going to season up some panko breadcrumbs at the same time that I make them a little smaller, because panko is a pretty coarse crumb. I want a really good coating. I think it needs to be a little finer. But to my panko, I'm going to add about that much Parmesan. And actually, I'm using some Parmesan that I smoked, because I think this will be a good place to use it. Smoked Parmesan will go good in here. I'm not sure how great it'll go with pasta. So anyway, give this a quick whiz. Well, I'm going to go just a little more cheese. Going to add another little handful. What do I call that good? Perfect. Put a little bit of flour out. Doesn't take a lot. Give that a little salt. Remember, this has the Parmesan, which is a little salty. And the chicken's salted already. And I'm just going to take these eggs and beat them up a little bit. Just going to add just a splash of water to these. Not much. Don't want to thin them out too much. But a little bit will be good. So now we're going to roll them in the flour. We want to make sure to get flour everywhere. Because anywhere that does not have flour, the egg won't stick to. the egg doesn't stick, that's the place where the breadcrumbs won't stick. And we want this to stick everywhere. You want to be kind of careful with these. They're still a little fragile. Sometimes you can use a spoon to just kind of make sure that the egg gets everywhere. Put it right down on the plate. Could get a little soggy on the bottom. No one likes a soggy bottom. Alright, got my frying pan. I got some oil, just enough to really generously cover the bottom. Got that heating up on medium high. When it's done, I'm going to put it on this and finish it in the oven. I'm not really deep frying it, just pan searing it, trying to get a nice sear on that outside. I'm going to put these in. Hopefully I'm getting them seam side down. It's kind of hard to even see the seam anymore. Just going at like a medium heat. Not trying to cook these all the way because they are going to get cooked further in the oven. But I do want them to get a nice golden brown. You want to get these ends too. Okay, so what I think I'm going to do, I'm actually going to put my probe in the smaller one. Figure that, I'll check the other one, we'll see. But these are going into the oven now. Put this sauce together. It's going to take a couple egg yolks and some heavy cream. And I'm not using any measurements. I'm just kind of winging it, you know. I think that's going to be good. Mustard sauce is much more common with chicken cordon bleu. Someone who checked out my channel left me a comment and checked out his channel. It's a very small channel with a very, 50 subscribers or something. It's called Dave's Cooking Channel, but he made this really tasty looking cream sauce with tarragon and decided that's what I'm going for. Tackle the rest of this in a minute here. Gonna start with a little bit of olive oil. Gonna add some onions. I'm going to add a whole bunch of tarragon. Probably about twice as much tarragon as I really need, but it's starting to get a little bit limp on me and rather use it than have it go bad, so I'm just going to have a very tarragon-y sauce, and that'll be just fine. Right, before my onions take on color, but while they're soft and my tarragon's starting to be wilty, onions are getting just a little color. They're not browning. You don't want them to brown. So I'm going to go in with, I don't know, about that much white wine. I'm going to reduce this down to maybe about half. At this point, I think it's reduced enough. And I'm going to just strain out these onions and the tarragon through a fine strainer. All right, well, I forgot to turn the camera on. I've strained out my tarragon and the onions. Got them in a bowl right here. Be right back. That's what I'm going to do. Add just a little bit of this at a time and stir real fast. Actually, I think I got to switch hands because I'm left-handed. But got to stir this fast and add this a little at a time. This is still pretty warm, so this will be tempering this because we don't want to scramble the eggs. Once we've added some, we can start going just a tiny bit faster, but not much. It's got to go very slow so we don't cook these eggs. And keep it stirring. Keep it whisking. Adding just a little bit at a time. Well, I've added this to my pan. It's on the lowest heat setting. Just going to slowly cook this till it thickens up a bit. It's getting there. Starting to see a little bit of pan when I streak it. It is a little thinner than I want. Going to add a little butter. That'll thicken up the sauce a little too. And it's going to taste delicious, so it'll be fine. All right, well, let's see how we did here. Oh yeah, that's pretty. That's what I was going for. Put some slices on a plate, top with some tarragon cream sauce, and that's some next level chicken cordon bleu. If you like this video, give it a big old thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, put some love into your food. Peace.